Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing an 8-4 Dragons of Tarkir Fate Reforged draft. We opened a Tarka's Command, which is only an okay card. It is worth a couple tickets though, but it's an 8-4, so I should probably just take the best card. I think that might be Dragon Hunter. I mean, a Tarka's Command's only okay. It does have like a combat, well, I guess it's got a combat trick mode and it can ramp. But it's also 2 colors. It can also burn. Maybe I should give it a chance. You know, I've never played it. The first one's pretty worthless, though. Your opponents can't gain life. Not very impressed with that. I mean, Dragon Hunter's pretty solid. I'll go with the command. If it works out, cool. I haven't played it yet, so why not? Okay, well, past the Zergo Bellstriker, but it's also got Sarkhan's Rage in here, which I think I'm a little more interested in. A 1-mana 2/2 is not bad either, though. But I think we'll go with the burn spell here over another Breeze Dancer and some slightly less interesting creatures. Maybe we just make a dedicated burn deck. Yeah, I've never done that. Okay, best card in the pack, I think, is Vulturous Aven or Stampeding Elkherd. Elkherd lets us play the command. Screamreach Brawler in red doesn't really interest me all that much. I don't mind taking an Elkherd here. Okay. So, in red we have a Combat Trick and a Servant of the Scale. In green we have Explosive Vegetation, or we have Servant of the Scale, Explosive in green, and Kindled Fury in red. Best card in the pack is Acid Spewer Dragon or Ojutai Interceptor, both of which are fine. Not insane. I mean, Kindled Fury might just be the best for staying on color. I don't really want to branch out for Acid Spewer Dragon or Ojutai Interceptor that much. Interceptor's not bad to take here, I guess. I mean, it's certainly better than... I would say Interceptor's even better than Acid Spewer Dragon, honestly. I'll take the Interceptor. If blue pans out to be open, I'll be happy. If blue's not open, I'm passing up cards I don't care about that much, so let's do that. Okay, couple decent black cards. Butcher. There's an Anticipate, which I like quite a bit. A couple decent red cards. Screamreach Brawler is fine, not terribly exciting. I feel like I'm not giving up anything here. I'm just going to take Evolving Wilds, which I'm, 100% playing anyway. Okay, Palace Familiar, fairly late, could be right. Maybe start branching into blue-red. But, I mean, Palace Familiar is definitely more of an exploit fodder sort of card. But, I mean, it's fine in general. Or I could just take a second Evolving Wilds. Not opposed to that either. I feel like Palace Familiar is probably good enough to take here, though, if it's coming that late. I mean, it's what, 6th pick? 6th pick Palace Familiar? Could be the sign for blue. I've seen some fairly late black. Maybe even blue-black is where we're supposed to be. I don't know yet. Okay, some decent blue. Glade Watcher's pretty decent for green. I probably just want the Scion of Ugin. It's a good card. I've been pretty happy with it. Interacts well with like cards like Sarkhan's Rage and some other, Dragons cards. All right, that's a late Ojutai summon, so I think that's the sign I need to indicate to me that blue is in fact open. So maybe we're just blue for now, and we're still trying to get a handle on what our second color is. I felt like we saw some fairly late black coming, so maybe blue-black can happen. Otherwise, I guess we just hold out a while. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that if we're getting an 8th pick Ojutai summons that's open. All right. You know what? Let's take the Breeze Dancer. White might not be open, but Breeze Dancer is certainly the best card in here by a mile. Sidisi's Faithful. There's Conifer Strike. Let's just take the Faithful. Seems right. Custodian actually could be made to work here. Possibly. I mean, it's a good blocker, especially when you have a lot of skies, like Summons, Interceptor, Familiar, Breeze Dancer, Scion. Yeah, let's take the Custodian. He's a pretty good ground unit. Dance of the Skywise is a combat trick, which is not expected very often. We'll definitely take Contradict here, but I don't really like Dance of the Skywise all that much. I only think it's okay. Maybe cut a black card. I'm still holding out this hope that I can make blue-black work, but it's more likely maybe blue-green. Don't really like the whole blue-green archetype very much. I don't think there's a lot that you get for it. But, I mean, I want to make blue-white work. I'm not sure that's... don't remember seeing a lot of white. Regardless, I think Breeze Dancer is a fine card to splash. It's pretty strong. So, in terms of blue, we're in the right color there. We really just have to sort of establish what else we want to do with this deck. I mean, if I open like a Bomby white rare, even though white was getting cut, it might be the right idea to just pick it. How good's Assault Formation? It's pretty amazing with Custodian of the Trove. Not good with Interceptor. Really good with Faithful. I might be able to make an Assault Formation work. Like I said, it's bonkers with Custodian. Could just take the Quartermasters. This is also Epic Confrontation. I mean, maybe we even wheel Assault Formation. I've definitely seen that before. If I take the Epic Confrontation, which is the best card, I'm really starting to commit myself to green. You know? Like, it means we probably end up cutting some of these, although could still splash for the Sarkhan's Rage. There's also a Behemoth in here. I mean, there's a lot of good cards. I don't know what to say. Probably just want the removal. Hope to wheel some of the blue. Quartermaster's really good too, but Confrontation's some pretty premium removal. Really good with Custodian. Some other guys too. Alright, we'll take the Epic Confrontation. See how that works for us. Okay, another Summons, which is fine. I mean, it's good. Hope to wheel, probably Artillerist. It's a pretty safe one to wheel. Breeze Dancer probably wheels again. Not sure I need multiples. Maybe, though. I mean, it's pretty amazing with Epic Confrontation. Alright, let's take the second Summons. Shield High Dragon. Jeez, that's a good card. Second Stampeding Elkherd. I mean, we're a little bit heavy on the 5-drop already, but Stampeding Elkherd's pretty good. Let's take it. Third Summons? Jeez. Maybe we want Sheltered Area, but probably wheel that. I think we just take Summons and become an 18-land deck, like, immediately. And we just probably don't run the Breeze Dancer at this point. Alright. Palace Familiar it is. Now we're getting white, but white was definitely not flowing pack 1, so I don't think taking white necessarily means it's going to pan out, you know, the best for us. But Palace Familiar here is definitely good. Alright, so we have a lot of 5-drops. We're hoping to wheel Sheltered Area for some Rampage. Right now, we're definitely an 18-land deck, but I'm okay with that. Geez, quad Ojutai Summons. Starting to get pretty absurd here. There's also Lore Master, which currently only brings back... it brings back Summons, I guess, but it's a little bit clunky. Could just take the Airy. I mean, brings us from 3 to 5 pretty well. I'm going to see if we can't wheel some of these areas. I'm going to take the Lore Master. Jeez. guess we can take display for sideboard. It's not a very good one. Alright, Obscuring Aether's just going to happen. Feel like we need some actual early plays. Unfortunately, it's pretty unexciting for our deck currently. Only have a couple morph guys. This deck needs some work. I felt like we were in the right color, and blue is the right color, but we did table Assault Formation. I mean, it's a pretty powerful card. This doesn't work that well for us, although it's a cheap blocker. Assault Formation's insane, I mean, with some of these cards. Like I said, with Custodian, it's bonkers. I'm going to take it, hope it pans out. Alright, definitely taking Updraft Elemental since there's tons of upside with Assault Formation. This thing just becomes a killer. There's Void Squall and Breeze Dancer, but we're good on the top end of our deck. We just need some cheap stuff. Custodian number 2 is like amazing for this deck. That's a really nice wheel. All right, I'm actually feeling kind of good, and we got the Sheltered Area back. This is actually coming together really nicely. We were banking on some of those wheels pretty hard, but they panned out really nice. 2 Custodians, Assault Formation beatdown can really happen. I mean, how much? I've already got some flying blockers. I don't really think I need a Spider Silk Net. Although Spider Silk Net with Assault Formation's not bad. I mean, I'm not going to play Tygom Strike, so I might as well. Second Sheltered Area. I don't know about 2 of them. I mean, if I play 2 Sheltered Area, I don't need to run 18 lands. Probably, right? I think that makes sense. Dagatar, man, you're so strong. You can move. The thing that's ridiculous about Dagatar is you can just move counters off your opponent's creatures. Like, doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, it's certainly powerful enough to splash when you've got 2 Sheltered Areas and an Evolving Wilds. I think we're going to be able to get white mana. Might even find a land for it. Otherwise, my pick is like just Sky Sage, because it's a cheap thing like Palace Familiar. Or Inoc Guide, or Frontier Mastodon, which not really that exciting either. All right, we'll take Dagatar. I mean, he's got some pretty huge upside. What? Just passed another one? All right, guess we play multiple Dagatars. Fills our curve rather nicely. Hope to wheel what? Rite of Undoing, Right into Being, Will the Naga, something like that. I don't think Huge Stone Retainer is going to work as well in this deck as it has in others. I do think, however, that Lotus Patch End's good for this deck since it's a flyer that works better with Assault Formation. So, sure. Cloudform's pretty strong. There is Hunt the Week, though. Our removal kind of sucks at the moment. Kind of feel like I might need Hunt the Week. I mean, Cloudform is a strong card, but when your removal comes down to Epic Confrontation and Sidisi's Faithful, there's a pretty good chance we're going to need this Hunt the Week. I don't think we're going to be able to kill enough creatures out there, so let's take it. Obscuring Aether looks like something I just want to cut. I don't really like it at all in this deck. It was something cheap to do, but not good enough. Let's take Hunt the Week. I need some removal. Like I said, I love Cloudform and all, but when you're low on removal, you got to take what you got to take. All right, Thornwood Falls. I mean, we already have a deck, I think, at this point, and I'm giving up nothing I care about, so make our mana a little bit better for double Dagatar. Whisk Away is pretty good. Can't really pass that up when you're this short on removal. There's another Thornwood Falls, too, and a Return to the Earth, which would be good. But we're going to take Whisk Away and main deck it. Like I said, I think with double Sheltered Air, we can actually do 17 lands pretty easily. I could take Tranquil Cove, but there's another Whisk Away, which is a little bit more appealing to me. Maybe I cut some of my top end. I'm actually not sure at this point. I have more than enough creatures. I could easily cut a creature for a second. Whisk Away, I think. Whisk Away can be really good. I mean, this isn't the premium deck for it, but it's really good for getting rid of counters and stuff like that. Whisper is like the most welcome sight I could possibly ask for. This deck needs Whisper of the Wilds really bad. Even Ferocious or not, I want Whisper. Alright, Sage, table 2, that's a good sign. I mean, we've got a deck. That is all I could ask for. Is Will of the Naga or Rite of Undoing better? Rite of Undoing makes you bounce your own guy. Is that good for any of our guys? Not especially. I think it's better to just do Will. I mean, it's 1 more mana, but you don't have to bounce your own guy. Although Rite of Undoing is a nice like answer to removal spell in response. Bounce. It is also more rare. Maybe it is better. Alright. Actually, Shifting Loyalties can be a good sideboard card. Although we don't have a lot of good trade fodder, but we might have enough to make it work. Alright, we get a Will of the Naga anyway. Fine with that. I don't think we're playing it regardless. Or the right. None of these matter. Tabling Thornwood Falls is nice. Our mana's just getting better. Okay, so we've actually got a pretty cool looking deck. I've said it a lot that I really strongly dislike doing. And we got Tranquil Cove back. Jeez. Last pick on color fixing. It's like our opponents couldn't help but make our mana base better. That's interesting. This deck's really interesting. Now I'm feeling like 2 Sheltered Areas unnecessary, since we got the Tranquil Cove and the Evolving Wilds. It does jump us to 3 to 5, but I still think Whisper of the Wilds now is just better. Strictly better for our deck with Assault Formation. It's a ramper and a beater with Assault Formation. I think we cut 1 Sheltered Area. And then 17 lands, Whisper, Sheltered Area is good. Let's cut one of our 5-drops then. If we're only going to run 17 lands, let's cut one of our summons. Then we'll have a 2-2 split, summons and Elkherd. I like that. And then just 1 more cut. I want all of our cheap dudes and blockers. I could cut a Lore Master. Let's separate some stuff here. Our removal is... I don't want to cut any of our removal. Epic, Double Whisk Away, Hunt the Weak is good. We're currently running 18 creatures if you include double Ojutai summons, which I certainly am comfortable doing. Interceptor has bad synergy with Assault Formation, but at the same time, it's just a strong card on its own. Pretty tempted to cut the Lore Master. It does bring stuff back, though, but I feel like my mana is better occupied with other things. If that makes sense. So something like this. 17 lands, Whisper, Sheltered Area. Our curve actually got a lot better. We have actually some cheap stuff to do now. Even though we have 4 5-drops and 1 6-drop, that's not really that taxing. And Dagatar is going to be a really nice splash for this deck, I think. Since we can actually use its ability. And otherwise what? It's a 4-mana 4/4 Vigilance, which is also very good. Alright, I think this deck's cool. I like it. And I'm finally playing blue-green in an 8/4, which not my first choice for where I'd want to play this style of deck, but so including Evolving Wilds, we have 3 green mana sources, 4 blue mana sources, and 2 white mana sources. So with Sheltered Area, that's 3 white. I might even be able to get away with... Yeah, they say 2 plains too. Well, let's see what this would be like. That feels like too many blue. If we do this... Yeah, that feels like way too much blue, actually. What happens if we do this? This is 9 green, 9 blue, and 5 white. Oh, well, 5 white including the Sheltered Area, so 4 white with just mana, which is fine. Plus Sheltered Area, that should be enough. Yeah, I kind of like this, actually. I don't think our mana base is bad. I mean, I could theoretically... Wait a second. I have a Cunning Breeze Dancer in here, too. I just realized that. Maybe I want to run that, too. I mean, just run it over the Scion. Scion doesn't require me to have white mana. But Cunning Breeze Dancer is unarguably better than Scion of Ugin. I think this justifies the 5 ways to get white a little bit better, too. Like, Cunning Breeze Dancer can certainly take a game over. Like with Hump the Weak or Epic Confrontation. Even playing in Assault Formation. Pumping it. Using the ability. It's pretty cool, actually. I like this deck. I think it's good. We have 2 ramp spells, so I feel a lot more justified running 17 lands, like I said. This deck's cool. I don't know what else to say. I think this is the way to run it. I think we have enough removal. We have enough early game. This is what I'm going to play. So, all right. Trying it like this, and we'll see you round 1.